Greetings Earthlings. It's Friday, 21st of October. I'm back home in Wales. I'm just having a walk up the old railway. Been converted into a footpath, bike path, just outside Abergavenny where I live. I've been off the trail 6 weeks. I've been home for a month. It's been very strange being home. It's very strange. Things are going pretty well though. I got a good job 4 days a week, and I'm just trying to renegotiate my workshop to get back to the guitar making, which will be another 2 days a week and evenings. So Emma, who watches these videos, I know she got me a job pretty quickly, so thanks for that. So yeah, things are going pretty well. My body, like physically, a bit of a mess actually. I was suffering from real fatigue in my quads and my calves. My toes were numb. The life's coming back into them now. I got something wrong in my right foot. I need to get checked out. A bit of plantar maybe, or maybe a stress fracture. Gradually getting more energy though. I was really low energy when I got back. Not mentally, but like just physically really tight, really stiff. The body just, like, when I finished, just seemed to say, right, thanks, that's it now. You've had your fun, now you're going to pay. But yeah, it's all coming back slowly. Also, it's been 2 weeks now since my last video was out. The finale, episode 38. The reaction to that has been amazing. It's been great. It's been really gratifying actually. There was a lot, it was, looking back on it now, it seems like, wow, it was a lot of work making those videos while being on trail. But I got like a body of work now from that trail that everybody seems to really enjoy. Really enjoyed it. I've been getting messages left, right and centre about the videos, so thanks everyone for that, and thanks for watching again. It's been really gratifying, and it was really motivating, and I generally mean that, like, it was really motivating. Also, bonus, if you agreed that Sparkle Lizard was a good boy. Anyone who put that in the comments made me laugh. Alright. So physically I've been out and about running, trying to work on my 5k. My feet are a bit sore at the moment though, so I'm giving that a rest. Hiking, I haven't been hiking at all. Just felt too stiff, too sore to go out, but I'm getting better now. I expect I'll be going out for the winter and some good day hikes and some overnighters on the weekends. Future hikes, seems like I'm definitely going to do the Cambrian Way early next year. That's a 300-mile hike from the south coast of Wales up through the middle of Wales to the north coast of Wales. It's supposed to be pretty tough and rugged, so that'll be great, and obviously I'll video that. I think Jeremy, who you saw in the Sierras, he'll be coming as well. CDT definitely won't be happening next year. If I'm going to do it, it'll be 24, 25 if I'm going to do it. I don't know if, like, doing something like that again will trying to recapture what a magical experience the PCT was, because it was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. I should maybe just leave it at that, shouldn't I? I don't know. Let me know what you think anyway. I've no real desire to do the AT. I think the CDT would be good, but like I say, it might be a mistake too. Nah, well, we'll see. Other than that, I guess I'm just gonna, like, get through all the national trails in the UK. I think that would be a good thing to do. Get them all done. They're all like maximum 300 miles, I guess. So I could do that 2 to 3 weeks, most of those. Yeah, so those are the future hiking plans. So what would I have done differently if I was hiking the trail in 2023? Much as I hate to say, I hate this to be the first one and the main thing that was the problem, because I just hate money. But money is the biggest thing I'd sort out. I thought I budgeted pretty well for the trip. I sold all my belongings, put everything in a fund, banked it all. There's a lot of mistakes I made. I couldn't have accounted for how inflation shot up, gas prices shot up and then knocked onto everything else. Couldn't predict how expensive the supermarkets have gotten in America, and they are really expensive now. Motels, hostels. It was an expensive trip, and I think I haven't really counted it up properly yet, but I saved £7,000, which was about $10,000 at the start, and I had my credit cards out standby. I think, counting up so far, I think I spent £12,000. I mean, £12,000 for 6 months, that's okay, but not when you've got no income coming in. So I would have saved harder, saved more, and there was lots of things I could have done to save money on the trail. The phone deal I had, I could have done better with. The bank cards I took, I was getting charged for every time I used. I know now there's options out there you can use. You can transfer to cards and use them in the States, so you don't get charged for it. The credit card. Sometimes I had to use my credit card because it was a UK debit card that sometimes wouldn't get accepted just because it was from the UK and there was flakiness over it. So my credit card I got charged on, obviously, and I got transaction fees for being in the US. So they all built up. So yeah, money. I think the trail is going to be a lot more expensive in the next few years than people have been used to doing it on the budget that people are used to been doing it on. Did we get taken advantage of in some towns? Yeah, we did, yeah. Well, are some of the towns you go through super expensive? Outdoorsy towns anyway? Yeah, they are. Okay, so I would have managed my money better, and I would have organised my money better from the start. So also I got bailed out money-wise by friends and family, and I claimed the credit cards, and from people watching this channel, thank you. And there's some people who've been on Buy Me a Coffee. Oh, I haven't given a shout out to and thanked yet, but I will get around to it. Buy Me a Coffee is good because I follow a lot of YouTubers, hiking YouTubers, and they have them, and I always give them like, I don't know, £20, then when they get into town they can have, you know, they're looking forward to having a nice meal. It was good when I had those, so that was really great. Other than that, I would have saved more. And done my zeros and neroes a bit differently, which we'll get to, which would have saved more money as well. But it seems like a pain to be talking about money, but it's the price of hiking the trail has gone up. It really has. All right. Alright, the next thing I would have done very differently is manage my gear better. A lot of the gear we buy now is lightweight and expensive, but it doesn't last as long as more traditional gear. Amazing equipment, but you on a trail like, you know, when you hike 2,000 miles, where am I? I'm lost. I mean, that stuff's going to wear through. sleeping mats. Oh my god. I feel like that's somebody's garden I just tried to get into. Where am I going? Over the bridge? Yeah. I'll show you this bridge, it's very cool. We're on the canal now, sorry I should have said. Look at these cobbles. It's got through a lot of equipment, and obviously shoes, which I knew I would get through a lot of, and socks. I was using the Ultra Lone Peak 6. They've got 500 miles max on them, and by 400 to 600, you know, they feels like you're walking on tortillas. They're so compressed, which then obviously is going to lead to injury, getting you off the trail. Now I got big feet, so size 13 UK, 14 US. So getting hold of shoes for me was pretty hard. It was hard anyway for everyone due to global shortages or whatever, and post office issues. But I would have bought all my shoes at the start, all 5 pairs, and 3 pairs of Injinji socks to go with each one, and I would have sent them various places up the trail, you know, just measured off 500 to 600 miles and posted them up the trail, which would have negated so many logistical issues for me, let alone getting a signal and trying to order something, trying to work out where you're going to be, when the post is going to be. It was a headache, and it cost me a lot of time off trail. So that's something I would have sorted out better, and as part of that I would have done it, used my bounce box better. A bounce box is when you post a box of whatever you want in there to yourself up the trail to post offices, and basically you can go to the post office, pick it up, and then they'll bounce it on to the next post office to you for free, which is really good. I did that twice with a box of gear, just to swap my summer and winter and snow gear in and out of rotation on the trail. I would have used that a lot more, and I would have put a pair of shoes and socks in there and other things which I could have bought in bulk in San Diego, like Mountain House meals and pole tips, just spares and accessories and handy stuff. You can get everything you need within reason on the trail. It's not always easy though. So I would definitely made more use of a bounce box. Alright, the next thing I would have done differently, I would have bought a larger volume backpack. I used an Atom Pack 40 litre pack, which was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I got the 40 litre, try and keep myself honest with all my gear and equipment, keep weight down and not take too many luxuries. It was a bit too small. I ended up, if I had a 5-day food carry and long water carries, which did happen quite often, you know, the tent ended up on the outside, which was fine, but I was always a bit nervous about it being there. I'd rather have everything in the tent, in the pack. Yeah, and sort of management of that space was quite difficult with long water carries and long food carries. What I did then, when I got to the Sierra and I needed to carry a beer canister and longer food carries, etc., and more winter gear, I switched to an Osprey Exos 58, which was amazing. I had loads of room, I didn't have to worry, just shoved it all in, and everything was great. And I like the Exos, I've had one before, I've had a 48 before, that's pretty marvellous. What I probably would have done is just taken one pack, and that would have been an Atom Pack 60 of some kind. Yeah, I would have taken a larger volume Atom Pack, purely for volume and not having to worry about packing and management of packing. And the loadout I had would have worked well in a 50 and then have that extra 10 litre capacity for whatever was to occur. So I mean, it worked out as it was, but I would have done that definitely from the start. I would have just set off with a 60 litre pack. Although, I don't know if you remember, I did have a problem with my Atom pack, and it wasn't a fault of their fault. I lost so much weight that I couldn't do the hip belt up tight enough, and it was sinking down over my hips, and it was sore. It really started to get sore, so I switched back to the Exos again in I had it in my balance box in Cascade Locks and carried it to the end of the trail. Well, I couldn't never have known that I've lost so much weight. I mean, I knew I was going to lose weight, but 35 pounds? Oh, crazy. Both marvellous backpacks. I'm probably going to buy, I've already sold my Exos, I'm probably going to buy a larger volume Atom packs for now, for the future. So, marvellous pack, really great. Alright. Okay, next thing is pace and mileage. So by the end I was doing about 25 miles a day, and that was taking me all day. So hiking at 6, getting into camp at 7 or 8. Not really having time to relax in the evening, even if it's just an hour to cook, chill out, lie about. And well, that's not true, it's quite hard to explain really. As in, you know, I was pretty relaxed all day, every day anyway, even though, you know, it was hard work, but I wasn't that. I was taking breaks, I don't really know how to describe it. Could have really have been doing with just lying in my tent listening to music for 10 minutes more. I don't know, making another cup of hot chocolate. I'm not really sure, because I was never not relaxed. Anyway, you know, filming took up time in the day, but that's not a problem, because I love making these films and love making videos, you know that. But I guess being on your feet for that long, but doing the same amount of distance as people were doing it in 2 hours less. Not really sure, I haven't really got my thoughts gathered on that. I don't know if you can understand what I mean. Well, I can't really see what I would do about that. Just walk 20 miles rather than 25, I guess. Still be there now. So, pacing. I would maybe have to think about that. Mind you, I was always walking in golden hour in the morning and the evening, which was marvellous. And sometimes it was great just to make dinner 5 miles from where I was going to camp, and then enjoy walking through that evening light, and then not having to worry about cooking when I got to camp. Just put my tent up and go to bed, you know. Yeah, I need to dwell on that a bit more. I don't know really what could be done about that. And part of the same issue really. Another thing I would have done differently was manage my zeros, my neroes and my heroes a bit differently. Zero is a day when you have 2 nights in town, so you register 0 mileage that day. A nero is when you're heading to town in the morning, so maybe you do 5 miles, do your chores, resupply, laundry, shower, and then head back out into town and do another, say, 5 miles up the trail. So you're having a day off, but you're still getting 10 miles. Sorry, that's a hero. A nero is you go into town, however many miles you rack up in a day, stay overnight, pootle around in town a bit more, and then leave the same day. So you're having 1 night, but you're registering good days mileage for both days. By the end I didn't have a day off after Cascade Locks when I got delayed there for so long. I didn't have a day off until the end. I did a couple of neroes and lots of heroes, and I was tired at the end. I was tired, and I don't know whether it was just cumulative on the whole trail anyway, or because I didn't take a day off, I started to get sore and tight. I'm probably paying for that now with my potential plantar in my right foot. Part of that was pressure on my visa. Part of it was pressure from racing fires. Tricky to say I'd managed that better. I did pretty well really, you know, getting within the 6 months, but oh, there's a biker coming. Howdy. You alright? Yeah, and I think especially at the start of the trail, I took a few double zeros I didn't necessarily need to take. But who knows, maybe they did pay off, you know, with recovery, and so I didn't get injured at all. So that'll be another thing I'd think about and maybe like manage a bit better. And so finally, I mean, the main thing, I should have said this at the start really, I would have done differently and really important was managing my food better. At one point, after I was ill in the Sierra, I was already losing massive amounts of weight. But at one point when I came out of the Sierra after illness and the toughness of the terrain, my weight loss was a runaway train, and it almost did for me, got me off the trail really. I rescued myself by having 5 days off in Lake Tahoe and feeding my face, not only with volume but with good food. I went to the Whole Foods superstore there and got into that salad bar and got myself all the micronutrients I needed to get better. The way I finally put the brakes on the weight loss, it still never stopped, but the way I managed to even it out was always packing mayonnaise, full fat mayonnaise, and having that on every meal, and even squirting it down my mouth at some point. That just added the extra calories, the extra fat and protein. Then the other big important thing I did is I added protein powder and breakfast essentials to my evening routine. I was having breakfast essentials in my coffee every morning anyway, but I can't remember what the make was. It was a protein powder in a bottle that I bagged out and sent up the trail. Also had greens and reds, so various other supplements, vitamins, a mix of multivits, greens extracts and reds extracts, and I would have that every night before I went to bed. So 25 grams of protein, extra protein to what I was normally eating, and I could feel that made a big difference in the mornings. I felt like I'd healed overnight. So those are the two things that I added. People were using olive oil and taking swigs of it down the trail. That seemed like a pretty good way of slowing down your weight. I mean, everybody lost weight. Everybody. You're using at least 4,000 calories a day. You can't carry enough. You can't eat enough. You can't catch up with what you've used in town when you're stuffing your face. It's difficult. Some people are very good with their food, and I try to look at what they were doing and learn and copy. Still difficult. Yeah, so that's another big thing for me. That's definitely something I would get a lot better from the start. Alright, I'm heading back down the path now. Those are all the main and most important things I would do differently if I was hiking the PCT in 2023. There's probably a lot more little things, but as the main points that would have made life a lot better, a lot different for me on the trail. Those are the ones I would have implemented. So I've got some more videos coming for you. I'm sorry it's been a couple of weeks now since I put one up, but I've been struggling to get my words out, and I've had a problem with the GoPro. And a shout out to my GoPro. Did the whole trail, shot all those videos on it, dropped it, jumped in lakes with it, got it frozen, got it heated. Great, well done GoPro. So I'm going to do a gear video. Obviously we all like a gear video, and I've been asked for that a lot, and how I vlogged the through hike, so what I used and how I did it, because a lot of people have asked for that as well. I think that'd be fun to make. There's not many people agree with taking a GoPro on a through hike. If you ever look at how to vlog your backpacking trips, not a lot of many people are saying take a GoPro. Alright, my GoPro. Alright. Gonna call myself Sparkle Lizard then. No one's called me Sparkle Lizard for a month. Alright, get some more videos out for you. Feeling a lot better now, and actually feeling a lot better for talking to the camera and having a walk along the canal. Show you the view. Lucky to live in a nice place like this, Abergavenny, South Wales. Although when I got back, the surrounding mountains, the Black Mountains around town, are surrounded by various hills. I realised they are actually hills, and they do look really small to me after coming through that scenery I've spent half a year in. But alright, a couple of videos to come. See you later.